STAKK Nation,
champions.
welcome back to the channel. Okay, hope everyone is having a spectacular day today.
Choo choo.
Today we're going to be talking about people who had no faith in Bitcoin.
People living under the rock.
Yes. People who choose to stay under the rock. People who believe that their status quo, or at least the status quo, is the only way because it benefits them.
The size of the portfolio.
Listen, we have a youthful system arising. We call it Bitcoin. While the path forward might be prolonged, some might even say protracted.
Protracted.
Yes. All we know is we are seeing some enormous changes in the space. We're seeing some immense changes,
money.
right? Exactly. We're seeing that there are some, but then again, maybe this is just a plot the whole time, Rabbi.
Hey, what do we know? We're just here to show you the facts.
We're just pointing out the facts,
Connecting
discussing
the
it
dots.
with you.
Yes.
As you may know, Bitcoin is something that has been rolling by itself for a while now. It's only supported by those who believe in it.
They call them the plebs.
The plebs, they call them. Exactly. Orange-pilled individuals, Abby. On the other side, we have the bankers.
Institution.
There is
Establishment.
and there is none more immense than BlackRock here.
Hey, that's why they live under the rock.
Exactly. BlackRock. It's a BlackRock. They probably call it BlackRock because when you're under the rock, it's all dark. So all you see is BlackRock.
All this is their old money.
Yeah.
You know, how they control the nations and the countries.
Listen, we have seen JP Morgan and many others kind of go down the same path.
Yo.
Warren Buffett, you name it.
Charlie Munger.
We see Peter Schiff is starting to bend at the knees slightly.
Hey.
Sir.
Have you seen Jimmy Cramer?
Jimmy Cramer.
Jimmy.
Oh, Jimmy Cramer. I haven't even seen him, man. I haven't watched his show in a very long time. Listen, BlackRock CEO Larry Fink called Bitcoin an index of money laundering not too long ago.
Recent.
That was 2017.
Mm-hmm.
I think after...
Actually, I think he said that earlier this year too.
He said that earlier this year. He's been saying this thing multiple times. We will show you more examples. But when we went to look...
Google has wiped everything off.
Yes, Google has scrubbed it.
10 pages of Google searches could not show us any other time that this man mentioned anything terrible about Bitcoin. This goes back to another topic we should do a video about.
What's that?
How the internet is
The internet is controlled. These people can clean the internet of anything these days.
Yep.
Listen, the interesting thing is, not only was this all removed, all of the articles are definitely pushing heavily to make this man or to paint him in a positive light.
10 pages of Google search was all BlackRock ETFs, pot ETF, everything good news about BlackRock and its relationship with Bitcoin. All that old negative news about Bitcoin,
disappeared. All the fraud is gone. Maybe. I wonder why.
Just like that.
Now, you see, BlackRock CEO yields to Bitcoin, calls it an international asset and digital gold.
And the convenience.
He's saying this in July of 2023.
Mm-hmm.
I think Bitcoiners have been saying this since whenever. Okay? Further proof that these people do not know what they're doing, yet they are managing all of your assets. These people do not actually invest. As a matter of fact, we can see that these people are now trying to force company through this their ESG initiative to move in the direction that they want. Otherwise, they will kill those companies. So instead of investing in those companies, because that is their job, they're actually kind of doing the counter, which is do what we say or we will kill your company by not funding you. Mm-hmm. Something has gone upside down.
Catastrophically?
Yeah, catastrophically run. There's another word. I'm forgetting it. I think it's catapunkus. I will come back to you as we strengthen our
vocabulary.
our vocabs. Okay. Well, as a matter of fact, catapunkus keep that word. If it is not in the dictionary, I would like to coin it. Because to be honest with you, some of these idiots come up with words and then now the rest of us have to use it. Like, I will say this though, one I'm proud of, swag. Do you know that's Lil Wayne who came up with that word and it's coined after him? And it's in the dictionary.
Love it.
Swag. So, Kataponkos, in case it's not a word, I'm about to, yeah. But I'm pretty sure I'm just messing with something else. Now, we see that these guys here, despite the fact that they've been dissing Bitcoin for the longest of times.
Dissing could be a word.
Yes, dissing as well. It was coined by someone. I think it was a black person too. It's in the dictionary now. It was never in the dictionary. Black people come up with some stuff like out of the cuff and like
it's all about
nobody
the
talks
culture.
about it. Interesting.
It's all about the culture.
So, Larry Fink has come to the realization that Bitcoin can hedge against inflation and currency devaluation. BlackRock wants to democratize Bitcoin. How can you democratize Bitcoin?
It's already...
Spot ETF filings renew investors' hope in Bitcoin's price prospects. Okay, I just wanted to read these headings here so that you guys see what is happening. Listen, the idea that Bitcoin can hedge against inflation is not something that BlackRock came to the realization of.
Nope.
Society has been telling them that, but they've been too stupid. You know what's interesting? You cannot ESG Bitcoin.
You know what? A new report came out yesterday. I sent it to you. We're going to do a video about it.
Yeah.
Coming from, guess what?
From
Forbes News, coming from Harvard.
No kidding. What did
saying that Bitcoin is actually good for the environment. And it's actually a lot more, much more ESG compliant than ESG itself.
Credibility is shaking, man. Listen, society is changing right before our eyes, ladies and gentlemen.
Don't sleep on it.
These people are running behind, clean and clear, and they're trying to come back to the front. We're going to dig deeper into what is happening here. I want to point out one thing to you. At the end of this whole situation, I want to remind everyone, Bitcoin is Bitcoin. There is nothing else that is Bitcoin, not an ETF. So if you're going to buy Bitcoin, you have to buy it directly. Let's be clear about that.
I think that goes back to one of the points of today's video is that BlackRock is pushing a spot Bitcoin ETF.
Oh yeah, we'll get into it. I don't want to jump into that yet. We'll get into that. Don't let it carry the back yet. Okay,
don't jump the wagon yet.
Here's the thing that I want to point out here very clearly.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
These people are bending at the knee.
You said it. What? A couple of videos ago?
Man, many months ago. I said these people will come to their knees. I don't care. There is no need to be arguing with idiots, Abi. When you see that people are in an idiotic mood, there is no need to be wasting energy on that. You have to be smart with your energy.
It's like Indiana Jones and the guy that said idiots.
Exactly. Because in that video, remember, because it was something where we pointed it out, we saw that these guys were doing some horrendous stuff towards Bitcoin, and I was just like, I just did not have the energy.
Actually, I thought it was Warren Buffett's buddy that called us idiots. And then you went at it.
Yes. Listen, all of them, same thing. Okay, they're all on the same boat. BlackRock CEO Larry Fink compares Bitcoin to digital gold as ETF applications at the SEC stack up. Double O. Take it, yeah. What is an ETF?
An exchange traded fund. Literally, the best way to diversify if you are trying to get involved in the stock market.
Right.
You want to invest in technology. Okay, you can go buy XLK. You can go buy that's a SPY maybe.
You can buy some what is that called? Fidelity. What is that? Fidelity Tech Fund.
Yeah.
Or you can buy ARK.
Yeah.
And get wrecked.
ARK.
Yeah. Yeah.
ARKK. That is what an ETF really is. So if you're saying you're buying a spot Bitcoin,
yes,
how is that an ETF if it's only Bitcoin that is in it?
Exchange traded fund.
Unless they want to start adding Bitcoin with some layer 2 coins like STAKKs and everything else. I don't know what that is. What's their agenda?
Well, they said that I think when I was I've not read the whole thing yet, but there's like a brief that they put out, and they said they will get to determine if there is a fork, then they will get to determine which route the ETF will go in. So even if you went and bought this Bitcoin ETF, at some point in time you may not even be holding actual Bitcoin anymore.
As a matter of fact, you never hold in Bitcoin the entire time. So as a BlackRock BlackRock spot ETF holder,
Yeah.
you are buying the contracts
Yeah.
that they are selling you. They hold your Bitcoin. And if you understand Bitcoin, you understand that if the Bitcoin and the address is not in your wallet, which was the intent, which is your personal sovereignty, that is not controlled by any enterprise like BlackRock has been doing with your life all this time, then it's not your money if you buying it through
Yes.
BlackRock. So if BlackRock was really adopting Bitcoin,
Yes.
they should be pitching people to buy Bitcoin or creating a platform for you to buy Bitcoin,
For you to buy Bitcoin,
not selling you a
an
Bitcoin
ETF of Bitcoin.
So the question now is:
Yeah.
Is this another angle of attack? Is this 2.0 or 3.0 attack on Bitcoin?
Well, I can see it as an attack on investors in Bitcoin, because at the end of the day, you might call it an attack on Bitcoin, but it's really not an attack on Bitcoin, because Bitcoin will keep chugging along. The price of Bitcoin does not matter. Its functionality is going to keep going.
Yep.
When you buy a Bitcoin ETF, there's a couple things that you're giving up from a Bitcoin perspective, right? Or you're not really participating in the Bitcoin standard. What do I mean by this? Bitcoin, right, is really supposed to be this store of value, medium of exchange, right? And so
Peer-to-peer.
peer-to-peer as well. You cannot move an ETF peer-to-peer. You cannot move an ETF globally within seconds. You cannot use it as a means to pay for services, and it's definitely not something that it is within your own custody, despite the fact that it is your own value. Hence, why BlackRock can decide that if there is a fork of some sort, they can choose which way your Bitcoin is going to go. Hence, why when you buy this ETF, you really don't own Bitcoin. In fact, we could say that there is really no Bitcoin existing, because you're buying a representation of something that you cannot even use in the way that it was intended for it to be used. Bitcoin is a network. There are apps built on Bitcoin. When you buy, exactly, it's a technology, right? So when you buy an ETF, I don't know, tell me, man, can you spin up a node and get on top of this ETF and use applications, create a podcast, and so on and so forth?
Send messages.
Yes, send messages and everything else.
Transact.
What does a Bitcoin ETF do for you? What is the benefit of engaging in the freaking asset that you can go buy by yourself on Cash App? Somebody help me understand that part.
It's the money-hungry slaves.
Okay.
What's the purpose of being a rich slave if you're still a slave?
Hey, still a slave. Now, here's the thing. We also have to talk about the timing. How this coincides. Why are they doing this now?
Why? Tell me why are you?
One thing is for certain. One thing is for certain. Okay.
So blind to see.
Two things is for sure. That one certain thing is that Double O needs to go to American Idol or something. The next one is that we know that Bitcoin is trying to move back, and these people are fans of ripping people's money from their hands.
Oh, they're the best at it. We did a video about that.
Whether you buy stocks and then when it blows up, they freeze they freeze the exchange at that point, and then try to extract your money. They have black pools, right? Or they might just pump a coin, everybody gets in, then they dump on everyone, right? These things happen. Let's look at where we are and how it coincides with everything that is happening right now. BlackRock recently applied for this spot ETF with the SEC. And it's seeming like there's been more progress, or there's some sort of positivity around the idea that this ETF is actually going to happen, which is asinine to me, because how many people have applied before BlackRock now?
A couple of ARC.
Yeah.
Grayscale.
There's been a lot.
MicroStrategy. List goes on.
Yeah. Looking at Bitcoin right now, we happen to be in a place where
looking at the Bitcoin price action.
Yes, Bitcoin price action.
With all the attacks on interest rates,
yes,
and exchanges failing and everything else that has occurred.
Exactly, right? We see that we have fallen continuously from the top there at 69K, made it all the way to a bottom of 16,000-ish.
You've been through fire for 2 years.
I have to really, we have to really go back and like scrape some of our clips, because there's been so many predictions that we made that have come true. I'm not here to brag about it, but I'm just letting you know that, hey, if you rock with us, man, you might be on the right side of history. It is what it is. Anyway, we see that this thing has been falling. The teal line, which you see there.
Remember, we said anytime we say falling, we're going to use multiple synonyms.
Falling, sliding, dropping, crashing to the downside, Abby. And we said many moons ago, okay, actually we were on the Gentleman of Crypto when we made this prediction. We said it was not going to make it down to 10K. We also said that it was going to bounce around that 16, it was 15K for us. Yeah. Actually, I think it was 15K, right? Yeah. 15K was the bottom for us. And I think actually we hit that 15K.
We did.
I got to go find that video because we've been right. And I just did not see how we were going to make it to 10K. As you can see now, okay, we came up. We tested the 200-day simple moving average. Yep. This is on your daily chart now.
Yep, and that was January this year.
January of this year. Now, pull back for a retest, and it held above that 200-day moving average.
Double bottom, my friends.
Right. We pushed. Went up to about 30K. We've been ranging between 30, 31-ish.
Yep.
We've pulled back again. Try to test that 200-day. I'm expecting it to test the 200-day again. But if we look at this range here, where we have the rectangle, right? I'm going to zoom in a little bit on this one.
Support and resistance right now.
Exactly, right? We'll see that this was definitely a previous point of support and resistance. On the way down, it's also been a point of support and resistance previously when it tried to fall, and it held there. So we're expecting this to be quite strong. We've not done some TA in a while, but, we'll see what happens here. Now, if we break away from this rectangle double O, what do you think is the move there?
My friends, this is our technical analysis. We actually do have a class on this if you're interested in learning about it.
Man, let us know. We'll teach you how to read some charts.
Yep. So currently we are standing around the 0 Fibonacci level. Yeah. We're using the automatic one here, but if we drew it out, it would be the same thing. And we are crossing above if we do cross above 0.236 and then into 0.382, which at 0.382 gives you symmetry.
Yes.
We are definitely going to 1.
That's when you get a little sprint, a little pep in the step.
Fire.
You know what I'm saying? A hip skip and a jump.
Yeah,
a hip skip and a jump.
So of course you got to pay attention to the candles coming out of 0.382, right? But coming out of that 32K range, get ready for Bitcoin to reach at least 36K, and definitely go for the 1.618 or the 2.618 Fibonacci levels, which is either 42K or 41K or 46 or so K.
Yeah, so if you mix it at 2.418, we're looking at 47K.
Yep, 2.618. Yep.
Blimey. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Now I ask you,
why is BlackRock
doing this right now?
What do they see that we don't see?
Whose money is in there? I mean, this is what I know.
Are they trying to pump it up to the top, or are they trying to crash it back down as part of the attack vector?
They've probably bought. I would imagine they've probably purchased over the counter, and then they can push the news, push the forward, whatever they need to do, get some volume going, get people in, get people to get a bunch of contracts. Really, it's the people. It's on the contract side. That's where things get spicy, right? When you're taking this leverage positions, we've all got liquidated before. Which I think, I will still take another liquidated position just in case. I'll definitely get out early. Did I just say I'll take a liquidated position?
I'll take another position.
I'll take another position.
With the risk of being liquidated, but I'll still do it anyway.
Yes, exactly. I'll do it anyway because whatever, why the hell not, man? And then...
this has nothing to do with buying Bitcoin. This is just investing.
Yeah,
this is a different story.
This is like just straight up whatever these games these people are playing. We are here for it. I mean, we cannot let this stress us out. And so, yeah, I think... once we have that breakout there, we're definitely going to be moving now. They could have bought over the counter, and maybe once this thing starts pumping and all these people get in, then they will dump it again. We've seen this happen over and over, right?
If you have not read The Intelligent Investor, what Brazen is talking about is one of the skill set and lessons learned in that book.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely read that book. Now, here's the thing. The ultimate thing you want to do is to buy your Bitcoin, direct Bitcoin, right? You can use, whether you're using peer-to-peer solutions or if you're using something like Cash App, probably don't use any exchanges like Binance and
They've
such.
already shut Binance down in the States. So.
Yes, things are getting spicy over there. I'm surprised that Coinbase is still going. I blame Mr. Wonderful for Binance being shut down in the US. But, buy your Bitcoins, move it off the exchange, hold it in self-custody. Do not play these games because these are games that are difficult to win with these people. You never know what they're going to do. These people have been committed to destroying Bitcoin. These people have called Bitcoin money laundering schemes. They've called Bitcoin everything under the sun and claim that this thing is going to die. If it is not clear to everyone right now, I think one message that we all have to take away from this is that the bankers, the experts, the ones that we're supposed to have confidence in when it comes to investing, do not know what they're doing. They're not capable of learning new information and pivoting and pushing a new investment strategy forward. This is a massive missed opportunity for the banking world. This has been an opportunity where we could have really shown our true prowess in the investment space. When you think of Wall Street, okay, you think of people who are absolutely intelligent, capable of literally reading the future, but it turns out it's just a bunch of frat boys together
rigging the future.
Exactly, rigging the future, planning things out, and front running everyone by putting their friends in the position of winning ahead of time
and living a swaggerlicious lifestyle.
Exactly. Insider trading is not a strange concept. It's not something that it is hidden that is happening. We've seen members of Congress steadily, repeatedly front running everybody else in or out of stocks depending on their direction.
Hey, something's going on in the commercial real estate space right now.
Okay. But an opportunity like this, an opportunity where they could have really proven that we are the smartest in the room and we are ahead of this thing, that's not what they have shown us. They've shown us that they want to keep their legacy system and they will do anything to maintain that. So you have to excuse me if I don't believe that BlackRock is getting into Bitcoin because they really believe in the mission. They will be buying Bitcoin, not creating an ETF. Because an ETF takes away people from the actual Bitcoin.
From the actual technology.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, ask yourself, if an FTX type situation happens to BlackRock, would that Bitcoin still be yours? No.
It will not.
As a matter of fact, FDIC does not even ensure you pass a certain amount of money.
Yeah. 250,000.
So would you rather hold your Bitcoin? So no matter what happens in the space, your Bitcoin is still yours? Or have it with BlackRock and their buddies?
Yeah.
Do their derivatives and all their magic and wonders and have your money go poof, 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 poof.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think the mission, at least the message is very clear here. BlackRock and the others like it, I think there definitely has to be some balance. I think MicroStrategy, if they do reapply and they get in, there has to be some balance on that other side of the things so that these people don't have full control of at least the ETF market when it comes to Bitcoin. There's a lot of complicated ways in which these things are kind of put together, right? Which we're not going to go into. I think they say simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. Bitcoin is simple. It cannot be stopped. We have seen them try over and over, and we have said this multiple times. These people will come to their knees before Bitcoin. Okay? Each and every one of them. And we're already seeing it happen. Now they have to get into the space. They get in at a point when they realize that there is nothing else. It's the same story with Tesla. They failed to invest in that. And I think that would have been one of the greatest investments for all of these people. Oracle of Omaha. I don't think that you can even call that you even deserve that title.
Charlie Munger in this case.
Yeah, I don't think that you earned that title. Now, the facts still stand. You cannot stop Bitcoin, no matter how much money you have. I think the elite have made their match, and Bitcoin is going to win. Final thoughts, double up.
Spot ETF or not financial advice. It's the technology changing money, changing the face of money, giving you back your own liberty.
Yeah.
That is basically what the technology is about.
Yeah.
There's no reason why you want to be a rich slave. Work and start learning to be a free person. That is what Bitcoin is here for.
Cool. Listen, buy Bitcoin, self-custody your Bitcoin. I don't even think I need to say not financial advice because Bitcoin is not under the category of finances
SEC's
that
driver.
is regulated in the United States. So it's not their jurisdictions are. I'm not even shilling the thing. Nobody owns it.
Nobody else is.
It's like me telling people to go buy corn. What effect does that have on anything?
Buy Indiana coin.
Yes.
Not just corn.
Buy water. Buy gas. Buy a flashlight. Buy Bitcoin. Have you? Ladies and gentlemen, it's been an incredible time. Do not forget, we live in a very shady time. Be careful with the information you see out there and definitely take everything that is happening seriously because one day everything is going to be changed and you don't want to be the person that is trying to catch up, for sure. Until next time, please like, share, subscribe. By the way, we have hit 1,000 subscribers. Which
you champions.
Listen. Okay. That did not go well. That did not go well. What is going on? Listen, I'll go with this one. Okay. I'm sorry, folks. Listen.
Stream Deck.
Yeah, the horn is not working. I gotta work on the horn.
It's failing us right now.
Yeah, the horn is failing us. Okay. But listen, on the next video, we'll do proper one. Ready? We'll do proper one. I'll fix it and we'll come back. Yeah. So there we go. Please like, share, subscribe, follow us on Twitter. We're in there. All right. And of course, we're also going to be on Spotify and shortly on Rumble. Until next time, Brazen out.